So next we are just going to play mono white cards. Can't remember whose list this was. I stole it again off somebody's Twitter. But they said they had a good run with it. It's mostly creatures and then some inspired charges. I like Law-Rune Enforcer. I like Legion Conquistador. None of the Charmed Stray enchantment shenanigans. It's literally just making creatures, and then if you get a board stall, inspired charge to break it. So we'll see how this goes. 7-game set unless anything crazy happens with the deck, or I just fall in love with Healer's Hawk all over again. Your life total is indeed a resource. Ready versus Guilt Feeder 1976. So I assume we have to keep this hand in this deck. It's got Sentry, it's got Hammerskull. Double charge is kind of awkward. Hopefully we just rip creatures for the rest of the game. We've only got 17 land left in the deck already. Famous last words. Well, that'll do as a little creature. Kakar. Probably going to eat a shock or something, but such is the fate of 1/2s. Not going to send a message with our O3 as much as we want to. Burning Prophet. Okay, cool. So our options here are Silverbeak Griffin or Territorial Hammerskull. Kind of just want to play Hammerskull while opponent has fewer creatures. I don't think opponent has shock, or they probably would have spent it on the Falcon. Maybe they're holding it for profit. I don't want them to be able to plink down our turn 3 play with a shock and then do something else besides. And if opponent does just kind of play some spells, we can tap down a profit. If opponent plays another profit, we can stop them having kind of an awkward double block if we want to. Although that's less important. It just sets us up. And who knows, we might draw like a Healer's Hawk or a Rustwing Falcon, in which case getting to double spell with the Griffin is enabled, rather than just being very awkward. Burning Prophet's coming in. Opponent might have the shock. I'm in no rush to have my X3s die. And if opponent just wanted to get 1 point of damage in, fair enough. That means there's no way you're blocking my creatures. Yeah, they have the shock. Finally spend it on the Falcon. Bottoming. Do they have a third land? Ooh, opponent doesn't have a third land. Yep, and then we immediately draw the 1-drop like we said we might. Even if we play both, we're only at 7 permanents for Ascend, so we're just going to jam with Hammerskull. I mean, there's really no reason to tap the Lava Runner. We'll tap it. It's like if opponent really wants to trade their Lava Runner for my Hammerskull, but I actually kind of want the 2 damage. Especially now one of our flyers is dead. So we'd like a land, and we can start spending these inspired charges. Oh, excuse me. Weird would be weird. There's the weird. So then. Well, that's not a land, so don't get to do mean things to our opponent. So what's the play? If we attack with Hammerskull and tap the 1/3, that means if opponent wants to kill Hammerskull, they have to trade it for their weird. Do I want to trade my Hammerskull for their weird? Yes. Seeing as I imagine I'll end up feeding it creatures at some point, I have to do that. That probably also means I should attack with Hunted Witness. Because if opponent... Oh, opponent might just put a creature on Hammerskull and have it bounce, actually. We'll just get in for 2. We were getting a bit fancy. I don't think opponent is inclined to kill Hammerskull at all. Glad we talked ourselves out of that one. I always forget that my opponents just don't want to throw all their creatures away. But opponents are rational, thinking, breathing human beings, so you should take that into account. Or we should take that into account. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You can do what you want. But if what you want to do is watch me play Pauper, battling mono white shitters. More power to you. I'm happy to have you here. Well, that shock is pretty good. That's some quite large weirds. We're still 3 permanents away from... Oh, it's just ban hexproof. Well, we should probably fix that, eh? While I think about how quickly I'm not going to block. Cool. So we could actually just block Hunted Witness on it. Turn it into a 1-1. Only gains us 3 life, though. Now we're okay. So, it's kind of awkward that this is a 3-3. However, we get to tap it with Hammerskull. So actually it's completely fine that it's a 3-3. However... Is it worth attacking here? Yes, probably. Because I don't think opponent has any blocks that particularly play around Inspired Charge all that well. We just don't want to let the weird eat a sentry. I just don't want that to happen. I should fix where my webcam is hanging out inside that box. Or I can just fix the box. Oh no, no I can't. Apparently I've ruined everything. Bear with. Doing some DIY. That's fine. You can tune in. It's basically just like radio. Which lad are you playing? Limited or constructed? So opponent is at 7 after that attack. So now opponent has to think. Opponent might just be able to kill us. Constructed mono red. There. It's a good deck. What rank you at? Ooh, Pyros. So we're not just dead, but we're pretty low. Okay, so is opponent just dead? I feel like opponent might just be dead after this tap. All attack. 4 attackers. Hey. Mono red is fine. I know it's kind of like cool to hate on mono red. Well, opponent exploded. Nothing wrong with playing whatever deck gets you wins. Cool, so 1-0 with mono white. Oh, is the capitalization working or is it weird? Let's have a quick check. I'll keep it that way. Are you gunning for Mythic then? GP is our opponent. It's got lands, it's got spells, it's got Inspired Charge. We'll play Hunted Witness because we don't know if our opponent's red and I don't want my Falcon picking off. Gonna be kind of sad if they play like a 1-2. Okay, blue-black. Ooh, we get to double spell next turn. Caw. Go Witness. Awesome, well good luck in your run. I got my top 1000 limited last season. So luckily, because it's in the FAQs of that Red Bull event, that you don't have to be this season as well. And I've got the Mythic Invitational, no sorry, Mythic, whatever it is, MCQ qualification of that. I don't have to grind this month. Humble brags. But no, as long as you are playing and winning, you will get to Mythic. In whatever queue. Conquistador. So I'm not playing Inspired Charge this turn. I am shipping all my creatures though. All attack. Hopefully we don't get our Conquistador Essence scattered. Yeah. Maybe we could have charged. I really don't care about losing half a Hunted Witness to this attack. I could have just not attacked with the Hunted Witness. Moment of craving my Griffin. Okay, that incentivizes me to Inspired Charge then. Because if we Inspired Charge, our Griffin survives. It does 2, 6, 9, and Hunted Witness survives. I guess that's tough. I think we have to. It's more than like it is like a 1-for-1 and upside. I really wanted to play Conquistador, but I don't know which is right. But we do still now have 5 power flyers. Opponents on a 2-turn clock, so hopefully they have to interact with the flyers, so we can just like run out. Okay. Talking too much. Opponent's just dying. That was interesting. I mean, obviously we won that game, but I'm still not 100% on that play. Still not 100%. But that's why Magic's interesting. Okay, Toshia. Or Toshia, I guess. Mulligan this opening hand, or what have we got? We've got a 1, we've got a 2, we've got a 3 that's made of 2s, and we've got 7 lands. We'll keep it. 3 lands, not 7. Please, Wizards. No more. I didn't mean it. Don't know whether to lead on Hunted Witness or Hawk. Opponent. Who's even on the play this game? Who even knows? I guess opponent, because they're glowing. We'll see what they do on 1. I haven't played any mono white in standard, so I don't know which of these is preferred. Oh no, we're on the play. Huzzah! I don't think I did. Was it for like best of 1? And just like use the shuffler to get just enough land or something? It's like triggering something in the back of my mind, but I'm not 100%. Oh, we should be in game. So, opponent is thinking with 8 cards in hand. Because it's their turn 1. Oh, mono red with only 13 lands. Yeah, I think I heard about that. I imagine you're playing slightly more than 13. Healer's Hawk. Okay, so we're playing the Mirror. Well, I would definitely trade half a Witness for Hawk. And then I think we play Griffin. And then next turn we'll play Hawk Martyr. Hopefully opponent's not playing like the variant with auras. Because Knight's play... There we go. Knight's Pledge. Fantastic. I will proceed to lose the game. Oh no, it has converted mana cost. Less than 2. Law-Rune Enforcer, why you gotta do me dirty? Well, we'll 3 'em. Because we're not doing anything else. I guess we could have gone for the double block on Hawk and Griffin, but that feels so bad. So bad. Hawk and Martyr. So maybe we do have to. Bishop Soldier's okay. Just kind of like mono white life gains, I guess. Opponent didn't attack with Hawk, which is interesting. Which suggests they don't want us to attack into them. Luckily for them, we are not attacking into them. So I guess we're just going to run out the board until either Snubble comes online, or we draw Inspired Charge and a land, or both, or we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens and go from there. Luminous Bonds on Snubble. Oh, opponent is secretly Orzhov all along. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Well, I don't really have a good attack when opponent gains 3 life and eats one of my creatures, presumably. Nope, think I'm right. Think I am right. So, opponent has another pledge on Hawk, so my window to double block has closed. Opponent is gaining a gajillion T life. To be fair. Okay, so Hammerskull is interesting. Do we tap Bishop Soldier? Yes. Then we get in. And then we play Territorial Hammerskull. So, Inspired Charge would probably do it. Spinal Centipede. Ah, didn't think I'd see you here, old friend. With your creepy spine hat. Well, it's like an Inspired Charge if Inspired Charge was a basic planes. I purchased at 21. Just at 21. So, what are our options? We can tap both opponents' creatures, in which case our attack is for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Opponent goes to 13. They're going right back up to 18. And we had to use our Law-Rune Enforcer on the D. On the offense, even. So, go ahead. I hope things improve for us. Epicure of Blood. Things did not improve for us. So does this mean we have to... If the opponent attacks with Soldier and Hawk, we have to chump block. Oh, why did I let them go to combat? Luckily it doesn't matter. So 5, 6 puts us to 2. I feel like we're probably just dead, so I don't know why we're thinking so much. Hawk on Hawk action. Hot and sweaty Hawk on Hawk action. Although this means we don't get an Inspired Charge double block to deal with Hawk. So this would put us to 6 with an Epicure trigger. So we could do an Inspired Charge double block and go to 1 as long as we tap the Soldier next turn. So we take this and hope our top card is Inspired Charge. And then we have to awkwardly use it on the defense. And also have opponent have nothing for the rest of the game. Yes, we did not achieve those goals. 2-1 though. 2-1 so far. Straight back in. We'll see who we get paired with. Ooh. Once again, because I can't stop saying it, if you are watching right now or even listening, like Mad Dad, thank you very much for tuning in. We have a hand here with 1 land in. Ooh, 1 land. 19 in our deck. We're on the draw. So we're like, what? 2/3 to whiff turn 1. And then 2/3 again to whiff turn 2. So we're like, what is it? 44% to get there or something? Something like that? Or is it 44% that we whiff both times? I can't remember. And if that is the case, it's a coin flip. I'm going to keep it. We might just draw 2 land off the top. Obviously, we're playing Arena, so our top 10 cards are all non-land. But I don't get the chance to keep 1-landers and justify it very often. So here we are. Opponent has Hunted Witness. We're going to play Rustwing Falcon. Oh ho! Fantastic! You see that? That's how you draw planes off the top. Rustwing Falcon. Cool. Opponent's curving out 2. Which, the Vampire deck? Griffin coming in. Opponent has 2 mana. We have no tricks. I think we'll just take it, right? What's opponent going to play that makes us regret it? We get to hit back for 3. Ah, fair enough. Oh, another Silverbeak Griffin, okay. Ooh, we draw the 3rd planes. Right then, so... Just as in, the deck didn't cooperate, or the person you shared it with was not piloting it proficiently? Or both? So, do I want to play Territorial Hammerskull? Could just play a Legion Conquistador. Although 3 toughness is big game. Opponent missed a land drop, which is kind of an injustice considering we had a 1 land hand. So this Falcon's looking pretty poo while there's 2 active Silverbeak Griffins. So I think what we do is we attack, we look to trade, then we will play a hammer. Yes. If opponent wants to trade, that's fine. I don't think they will. Well, if they're missing lands, maybe they will. I think this is fine either way. Because now on an attack with Hammerskull, we can tap the Griffin out the way. I tell you what, I did see that's related to vampires that's quite useful. There's a 3 and a black, 3/3 Death Touch that was in like a Planeswalker deck. That is a potential replacement for the 3/1 Lifelinker. Because I still really don't like that card. What are we doing here? So if we attack with both, I guess we tap Hunted Witness. Because then we can take a power off Martyr of Dusk if they block. And then if that happens, we get to play Legion Conquistador. Please block. Opponent didn't block. Does that change what we play then? Yes, because I'd like to instead trade half my Hunter's Witness for the top half of their Martyr of Dusk. Even though it's not super mana efficient. So maybe we should have just played a 3/2. Maybe. Yeah. This attack is fine. I will allow it. Oh, this actually untaps the 1/1. So actually, opponent is welcome. So if opponent, I have to think about. Ooh, I hate doing math. So no, I think we can't afford to take 2. I'm not inclined to do that. Yep. Yeah, feeling super dumb for running out all my 1s last turn. Now we've drawn a 2. But that's life. Definitely attacking with everybody. And then what? Playing Conquistador. No, we're attacking with 3 creatures. And then we're tapping this vampire. So again, if opponent wants to chump, they have to downgrade Martyr. And if Martyr comes into us, it's turning into a 1/1 by trading with the soldier. And then we'll play Legion Conquistador. Do we? It shuts down the 1/1s on the ground. Yeah. And I'd like to draw 2 more cards. Yes, please. Take action. Draw these. Submit DOS. This is quite interesting. Opponent explodes because they didn't draw another land. Fair enough. I really wanted to play the rest of that game, though, to be fair. But we can't have it all. We can't win and get what we want. We'll play again, though. We'll jump straight back in. Guitar King 1029 is our opponent, and everyone who is watching, listening, lurking, thank you very much for being here. This is a handful of 1-drops and some lands, so we'll keep it. Thank you for choosing to spend some amount of your Sunday listening to me ramble about mono white shitters. No idea what opponent's deck is. I guess we'll play old Rusty out. Will we? Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe I should have played Hunted Witness. Because I'd like opponent shock to be as bad as possible, but they're going to get opportunity to shock whatever we do on 2 anyway. So they're going to get their pick. We're going to play Hawk and Witness next turn. I want to hold Law-Rune Enforcer as long as possible. Orzhov cards. Alright, disregard everything I said, we're playing Griffin. And poking. Neom. Probably want my in-game. So we can see the list. Hunted Witness is their play. And a Hunted Witness. Feeling pretty smart. So we can either run out 3/1 drops, which doesn't seem stellar against a board full of Hunted Witnesses, or we can play Monsieur Hammerhead. Well, I guess the first thing we do is get in for 3. And then, yeah, we just play Hammerskull. It's not like we want Law-Rune Enforcer on the battlefield yet. What's this? Dusk Legion Zealot. Sure. Oh, you replaced that vampire with Vapors? What, like 4 times Vapors? I mean, to be fair, the decks we were losing to did seem to just be making a load of 1/1s. So, I could see that. Have you played much with it since? And the rest of our turn will be deploying our hand to the battlefield. Another Hunted Witness. An Imperious Oligarch. So that's what's getting tapped by Hammerskull if we attack. Oh, we have a Law-Rune Enforcer tap and a Hammerskull tap. So much tapping. So, the question then becomes, though, do we actually want to attack with Hammerskull at all? Because I don't really want it just getting triple blocked when we can just plink opponent for 4 in the air. What might happen eventually is opponent will find a way to convert this Oligarch into a token. But that's fine. Like, I imagine they play some amount of final payment. Opponent explodes, because I guess we saw the line? Who knows? Yeah, so moving up to 4/1 with mono white. If we get to the 5th win with it, we'll just stop playing. And then play a different deck. Kolek is our opponent. So it's a handful of 1-drops and an Inspired Charge. We are on the draw, but the 1-drops are pretty good. So we'll keep 7. We'll jump into the game. Ooh, Hammerskull. So we now just have a curve if we ever draw a 4th land. Opponent's on red. If opponent plays Burning Prophet, it kind of bricks off this Hunted Witness, but if opponent has a shock, I don't want them shocking a Falcon before they untap. Oh, opponent is on Rat Colony. So playing this Hunted Witness, in fact, just a Galaxy Brain decision. So we could play Griffin, or we could play 2 Falcons. I guess Falcons trade with Rat Colony is more gooder. But we've got 2 trades for colonies in the form of this Witness. So we'll just play the creature that asks for all our mana. Because we could just draw another 2-drop next turn and want to play the 2-drop Falcon. Yep, another Rat Colony. Or we could just draw a 3rd Rustwing Falcon. Do we play Hammerskull or 3 Falcons? It's not even a question. So opponent makes Rat Colony. What a surprise. And then passes. Excuse me, I might get a drink in a moment. Throat's getting a bit dry. Don't want to play Hammerskull out because it's still kind of poopy here. Opponent's got 12 power. If they play 2 rats in the trample card, it doesn't kill us. So we will just jam in the air a bit. And then our follow-up is going to be Conquistador, just because it thins the deck so we're more likely to draw lands. Obviously it's by an imperceptible amount, so it's not really a consideration there. It doesn't inform the decision, it's just a consequence of it. but also gives us a steady stream of rat blockers. So opponent has 30 power in rats. Hopefully they don't have another land. Kind of unfortunate that we don't have a land for this inspired charge, because it would be lethal. I mean, if opponent has trample thing, there is not a lot we can do about it. Like, search my library for any number of cards? No. So what are our options? Opponent has 30 power in rat colonies. If opponent has whatever the trample card is, we need 10 toughness to not die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 toughness in play. Oh no, that would put us to 0, so we need 11 toughness. So we can attack with Silverbeak Griffin. However, we would need to be able to... Oh no, because all opponents' rats would die in that exchange. So we can just attack with Griffin, and that leaves us with 1, 7, 9, 11 toughness. If opponent has rat colony plus trample, we die, but we can't beat that. And with all the rats dead, that means we get time to rebuild. Cosmotronic Wave will just kill us, though. Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, no, we're dead. Cool. So, I think we didn't really do anything particularly wrong in that game. The opponent just held the rats back till they could kill us, and we didn't draw land for inspired charge. So what are you going to do? We are going to get the full 7 game set in after all, though, so that's nice. Prehistoric Dog. And opponent's avatar is Vivian, with kind of a spooky little ghost dog. I assume they're ghosts and not like illusions. So now we have the true mono-white hand. We have 1 drops, and a curve, and 1 land, and 1 draw step to get there. And I've said it's worse than a coin flip, so we should mulligan. And we do, and we end up with a hand, again with 1 land, but this hand instead curves 4 1-drops into a 2-drop. So I think we're okay with this. I don't know if it's a good hand, but Law-Rune Enforcer should be able to buy us time against anything particularly threatening. We drew a land as well. We'll run out. Griffin's going to get shocked whatever happens, so we'll play Griffin. No attacks. If opponent takes a turn off to play a Burning Prophet, it gets to get in at least. We're in game. Yeah, just shock it there and then. Cool. Draw planes. Not attacking. I'm playing a Sentry. I'm playing an Enforcer. I'm playing another Enforcer. And not attacking. So we have no hand. Opponent has 6 cards. Feel like I'm playing Affinity, but the payoff is not killing our opponent. So there's a payoff, Inspired Charge. What could we do? We can tap a Piston Fist and do nothing, so we'll pass. Second Cyclops. And shock on an Enforcer. Well, we'll use it to tap that Piston Fist. Yep. Opponent can't really attack 2/2 through Sentry anyway. We drew Martyr of Dusk. Sure. Still no attacks. Gonna get to tap down 1 Cyclops. I guess we get to double block on the other. Yeah, Burning Prophet's fine. I mean, I don't know how we win if we are double blocking as mono white, but oh wait, what's happening? Are we in the beginning of combat? Is opponent just going through combat? Sure. We'll tap a Cyclops. Healer's Hawk. Cacaw. So we can't really attack even if we tap the other Cyclops, so we'll just pass. Oh, opponent's not just mono red spells. Skewer the critics on Mr. Snubble. Yep. We'll not tap a Cyclops until opponent has finished casting things. Oh no, I passed to attackers. Curse you, auto-passing. Well, that's embarrassing. Gonna take 4 more damage than we really need to here. But what can you do? I don't think we're winning this game anyway, but that's not an excuse. Because we've come back from behind a fair few times. Cool, so we drew healers, Spork, Kakar. So we get to tap Cyclops. Do we just end up presenting a double block for Lava Runner? I think so. I think we just want to run opponent out of creatures. But I feel like we probably run out of creatures before they do. Spell Gorge are weird. Large and in charge. Passing. Well, luckily opponent did not cast a non-creature spell. So I get to... Ooh, okay, so... we have an Inspired Charge. Opponent's at 20. Do we think opponent has a non-creature spell? I mean, is attacking, even if they don't have a non-creature spell, good? No. So in that case, we'll poke with Hawk. And hope we draw some sequence of creatures moving forwards. That's what we'd like to do. Oh, opponent did have an opt, so I'm glad we didn't attack. Opponent did have an opt, so I'm glad we didn't attack. Yup, island. Just naming cards. Passing to attackers. Opponent has cast opt this turn, so Cyclops is online. If opponent alpha strikes, does it go well for me? As well as could be expected. I mean, we have to hope opponent has nothing. But I think this is it. This is where we make our stand. So, token here. Enforcer here. Witness here. Yeah? Yes. This isn't attacking creatures or anything dumb like that, is it? This is it. This is the charge. Opponent is mousing over a card in their hand. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? What does Sonic Assault do? No, it dings me for 2. So, after the smoke clears... Not the worst. Not the worst. Is this lifelinky? It is lifelinky. Okay. So, we'll just eat the Burning Prophet damage. They have the other half of Sonic Assault to cast at some point. But okay. It doesn't feel as hopeless as it did before. Didn't know these decks played Sonic Assault. Yeah, sure, whatever. Well, we'll tap this now. We'll see where opponent puts the card with Prophet. So we go to 12. This attack's going to take us to 10. Where are you placing the card with this Prophet? I got distracted and didn't see. Well, let's assume they're drawing a spell. Doesn't really make a difference unless it's something good. Like Shock or Greeting, something to remove this Enforcer. Lava Runner. That's pretty good. Does mean we know what we're doing. We're tapping this weird. Does mean opponent doesn't get a scry, so they're live to draw lands. Which we very much would like them to do. No, not me. Them. Not that I'm trying to promote an us and them mentality, but I would like to defeat our opponent. Sure, go ahead. Land, please. Brick. It's not a land. What is it then? It is Blink of an Eye. Let me respond. Tap this word. Okay, can you bottom off this Prophet? I'm watching this time. I'll see what happened. They topped. So probably drawing a non-creature spell. And our Law-Rune Enforcer is out of action for 2 turns. But, okay, so we're still playing Law-Rune Enforcer. And we're still getting in with these Hawks. And we're just going to pass the turn back, you know? Yes, okay. Well, that's problematic. That is problematic. So how much damage is this? This is 9 damage, but opponent might draw removal next turn, so we'll take our chance to soak some damage now. And we draw a Falcon. Okay, so attacking again for 2, putting opponent to 8. We go back up to 14, play Falcon. So, what are we thinking? To win this game, we have to draw an Inspired Charge. Yeah, Cyclops is fine. To win this game, we have to draw an Inspiring Charge. If we take 9 here and go to 5, opponent playing an instant, if they have one, doesn't do anything, and it makes Inspiring Charge a lethal draw off the top of our deck. So we just don't block. And hopefully opponent doesn't have anything. But that pause there was kind of awkward. But hopefully it's lag. Well, that's not Inspired Charge. However, that makes things interesting again. So, if we attack with Falcon, does it change the clock? No, because opponent... no, because it takes 3 attacks to kill them, whatever. We'd like Rustwing Falcon to survive. We can make 2 ground blockers off Conquistador. So does that mean it's safe this turn to attack with all 3? Because what this does mean is we get 2 turns of attacking with all 3, and then we only need 1 turn of attacking with 2 of them. And this actually means we can do some more damage on an Alpha Strike out of our opponent, although I imagine we have to chump block with everything. This is interesting. I didn't think we'd be in this game. And depending on what comes off the top of the opponent's library, we may still not be. But if they keep not hitting... if they keep hitting lands or creatures, Burning Prophet doesn't let them kind of chain into more. Well, blink of an eye on a Conquistador. That just kills us. Should have left Falcon back, I guess. In hindsight, opponent had opt anyway. Opponent had opt anyway. Blocking the second 5. Can you play something that does 2 damage to make me feel better? Yeah, that's fine. We were dead either way. Good. Well, not good, but that's fine. Cool, so 4-3 overall with mono white creatures. The name feels needlessly aggressive at this point. So the deck, it performed okay, considering its only spell was Inspiring Charge, more than 50% win record. I liked it. I'd recommend it. Quick games as well. We've got 7 games done in under 45 minutes. So we'll move on to a different deck now.